can actually call the loan or the bank or whoever gave you your credit card, and you can ask them to increase your credit limit. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you again with another video. This time let's talk about building credit. So I know in my last video I was discussing basically what credit is and how it's used and things with your FICO score and ways to see the percentages of how credit is assessed. But in this video, I want to talk about how to build it. First of all, if you aren't on a written budget, you need to click off this video. This video isn't for you. If you don't have a budget where a monthly budget, either written or electronically, you do it through Excel sheet or do it through an app, you need to click off this video. This video isn't for you. And another thing is this video might be long because I'm gonna knock out everything dealing with how to build your credit and tell you my own personal story. So I started building my credit when I was in high school and I didn't even know it. I was working at probably McDonald's or somewhere, and I wanted a loan to buy something, and I think the loan was like $1,000, and it was like $1,000 over 10 months with probably $125 a month or something like that. But I wanted to get this loan because I wanted to buy whatever it was I was trying to buy at the time, probably a laptop or something. And I got that loan, and I paid it back within those 10 months, uh, on time every month, and that in turn started building my credit. So let's talk about ways that you can build your credit. So I was looking online and I saw a couple of ways, but one way that really struck my interest that I didn't know about was you can apply for a credit builder loan. So basically, the money that you would apply for a loan, and the money that you would have to put in the however much money that the loan is, and you would have to pay that back before you're able to get your money back. And in turn, this will also build a good saving habit, because in order to get your money back that you put in, you would have to pay that off first before you were able to get that back. So you would get the loan and then you would use that money, then you would have to pay that money back, and then however much money that was, you would get that back. So another thing is getting a cosigner. I know most people that I know, they won't vouch for you to get a cosigner, because just for the simple fact that a lot of people aren't disciplined and they won't pay their loan back. So, I mean, getting a cosigner is pretty much out of the question, but it is another way that you could improve your credit. Now, another thing that I was looking at was you could also, and I've done this before for someone, you can also become an authorized user on someone else's credit card. And I mean, that's pretty good. If you know someone that's really good with credit and paying off their bills every month on time, no late payments, you can ask them to put you on their credit card, which will allow you to use their credit card, and you pay them, and they will pay the credit card, and in turn it'll help build your credit. Another good thing about this is, well, it's not good for the person that decided to do it, but you're not authorized to pay that money back. The person that put you on the credit card is authorized to pay it back. But I mean, if somebody took a leap of faith and trying to help you out, you should at least do the right thing and pay the credit card back. But the way it goes is you would apply for a credit card, and it's basically like two mirror credit cards, and the person would have one, then they would make you an authorized user, and you would have the other one, and you would be able to use it just as if it was your own credit card, and it will build your credit. And also it is just a good way to build your credit, and you basically just pay them back, and that's it. Let's see. Another thing that you need to make sure is you need to make sure that you make 100% of your payments on time. with credit cards, with loans, with anything, you never want to be late on a payment. If that means you have to, if your credit, if your bill is almost due, and that means you don't have the money and you have to sell something, sell whatever you got to sell, do whatever you have to do. Do not be late on any payments. And another thing is you want to keep your credit utilization low. So if you get a loan for $1,000, you only want to spend 300 of it because you don't want to exceed 30% of your credit utilization. That also brings down your credit score. And if you are new to credit, you want to avoid opening up too many accounts. So, getting too many credit cards or too many loans or going to these places and taking out all these loans, that will actually not help your credit. That will hurt your credit because the more new accounts you have shows a bad age of credit, and you'll be a risk for lenders. And another thing you want to do is keep accounts open for as long as possible. So, I would the way I would do it is I would start the way I would do it is I would start by getting a personal loan. And this is the easiest way to do it, and I tell people to do this all the time. It's so easy and it can help build your credit. I do this now personally. So what you do is you get a personal loan. First of all, you have to have a budget, like I said, and you get a personal loan for how much your bills are for a month or 6 months. So if your bills are, let's say, $2,000 a month, you would get a bill or you would get a loan for $12,000, right? And then you would in turn pay that back over 6 months. And I mean, you're really not paying anything. Well, you might pay $10 or $15 extra, but you're really not paying anything out of the ordinary of what you would pay if you were paying your loans each month. Now, for this, you have to be disciplined, and you can't just take the $12,000 and go buy something stupid or however much money you get, depending on however long you want the loan to be. You can have it to be 12 months, 24 months, but make sure that you basically use whatever your loan is for the month or however much you spend each month. You use that and you use it as if you were paying off your bills, and basically you just pay off your bills and pay the loan back each month, and in turn that would help build your credit. Then the second thing to do is after you've done that and you got your feet wet and you know how the game works, basically you get a credit card. First things first, you always get a credit card that pays you money back whatever you do. I have probably 3 or 4 credit cards now. They all pay me money back. Third thing you do is you get a credit card that will give you a bonus for signing up. So some credit cards, they'll be like, well, if you spend $500 within the first month, we'll give you $150 back. That's cool because your bills are going to be more than 500 nine times out of 10 a month. So that's a easily 150 that you'll get back that you get to save or put towards paying down debt. And basically what you do is you use that credit card to pay off your bills for each month, and then at the end of the month you pay that credit card back. It's like a real easy way to build your credit. Another thing you need to do is check your credit reports. Check them for errors, check them for discrepancies. I usually check my credit report probably twice a month, 2 or 3 times a month. You can use Credit Karma and other places and just see the things that you have open, your credit utilization. I tell everybody all the time, Credit Karma and Mint are 2 really good apps, especially Mint. That's like my favorite app to use for anything dealing with finances. And basically, these apps will pull your credit history. You'll they'll they know basically all the loans you have open, how long you've had them open, your debt to income ratio, your credit utilization, how long before you pay them off. It's really, if you don't know your credit score or you're having trouble with guidance of what things you have on your credit report that you need to look into, definitely look into Mint and Credit Karma because they will help you out. Let's see. I got some other things on here. I already talked about pay your bills on time. Don't have any missed payments. Um, I talked about length of credit history. It was one more that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, one personal thing I wanted to talk about. So another thing that a lot of people don't know is you have to like I said, you have to keep your credit utilization down. And these are gems that I'm about to tell you right now. I've done this myself. So a lot of people don't know that you can actually call the loan or the bank or whoever gave you your credit card, and you can ask them to increase your credit limit. So basically, I think I had like a $15,000 credit limit on one of my cards, and I called them up and I was like, "Hey, can y'all extend my credit?" And they said, "Give me your name and stuff," and it's like, "Well, we'll call you back in a couple hours and see if we could do it or not." And they gave me extra $5,000, which increased my credit utilization. So instead of me having 15,000, I had a $20,000 credit limit, which in turn extended my credit that I could use and boost my credit score probably like about 15, 20 points just by calling. A lot of people don't know that you can call people, you can call these banks and you can call places and they will increase your credit. Another thing is if you are late on a loan or if you are late on a payment. One time I wasn't late on a payment, but I what did I do? I paid it on time, but I paid it from one of my accounts that I only use to like put money in and take money out basically, and I didn't have the right amount in there. But if you're always on time with your payments, what you also can do is I basically called the bank and told them what happened. I was like, "Hey, look, I pay my bills on time every time. I made a mistake in error and I used a account that I only used to put money in and out. I didn't use the correct account because I have more than one account." And I said, "Could y'all take back this negative charge that you put on your account? Because you know, if your account bounce or your check bounce or whatever, I think it's like $25 or $30 fee. So they basically waived the fee and they gave me to the end of the day to pay it. So I was like, I'll pay as soon as I get off the phone. So I did that, and in turn that didn't affect my credit. They took it all off and everything. So yeah, man, these are just a few steps that you can take to build your credit. If you have any questions, DM me or message me,